I've actually worked 9 to 5 for people before, and I've had my own business as well. I can tell you for free that you don't need to quit your 9 to 5 job to be rich. There are two assumptions that you have in your head that are probably wrong and stopping you from getting as rich as you would have loved to be. Number one is even the idea that you're working for anybody. You have never worked for anybody in your life. The whole idea of working for someone is just a lie that you're telling yourself. At every point in time when the month ends and you earn something, or maybe even it's on a weekly basis, you are not working for anybody, you're working for yourself. You may be working with someone, but you are working for yourself and for your family. Now, even those who work for the so-called non-profit and they say, okay, I don't want to be paid at the end of the month. As long as you receive thank you in exchange for your service, you have not worked for that organization. You have worked for yourself. You just didn't get money in return for that. That is the first assumption that is wrong. You don't work for anybody, you work for yourself. Number two assumption, people say you can't get rich working for someone. Let's even assume that, yes, we agree that you are working for someone. I said that you're not really working for anybody, you're working for yourself. But even if we say you are working for someone, they say you can't get rich working for someone, which is a lie. Because SHERYL Sandberg became a billionaire. She is the first employee of anybody to become a billionaire. She was working as the COO of Facebook. Yes, she became a billionaire. She is rich, or she became rich working for someone, not as a co-owner. She does not co-own Facebook, and she was not even one of the co-founders of Facebook. We all know who they are. So you can actually get rich working for someone if we assume that you're actually working for someone. Now, having cleared these two assumptions, there are at least two reasons I know that you should not quit your 9 to 5 job because you are planning or you are thinking of becoming rich. Number one, 9 to 5 job guarantees that there is food on your table. Now, you don't want to underestimate the importance of this. Most of the times, many newcomers into business believe, okay, once I just open the shop or the business somewhere, in about 3 months, people would start coming in and I'll start making money. Trust me, you can run a business for 6 months, 1 year, or longer than that without making enough sales to feed you and your family. And when food is not coming to the table, oh my, even all your brilliance seems questioned at the end of the day. So one benefit of staying in your 9 to 5 job is that you have a constant source of income that puts food on your table. And when you have food on your table, when you can pay some basic bills and you can clear some debt here and there, you are in a better position to think right, think smart, and make smart decisions even about your so-called newfound business. That is number one. Number two, you are able to test waters briefly without sinking. The world is filled with stories of people who, resign from their 9 to 5 jobs, pull down something substantial from their retirement savings account, and they invested everything in a business that they believed would yield massive returns, and everything went down the drain. Unfortunately, there was no backup plan. Now, if you are still having your 9 to 5 job, you are able to test your ideas briefly. You're able to go into businesses here and there, knowing full well that, okay, there is a backup plan. Sometimes around 2019 or thereabouts, I lost my 9 to 5 job and I went into my retirement savings account. I pulled out a particular lump sum as allowed by the law because I didn't clock 50, I was not 50 years old. Okay, so I was introduced to this business. For some reasons, all evidences showed me that, okay, it would be a good investment. I went into it until today, my money went down the drain. And that happens to a lot of people. So if I still had my 9 to 5 job, trust me, it wouldn't pain me as much as it did. It was very painful, a very painful experience that it took me years to get out of. So those are the two reasons you shouldn't quit your 9 to 5 job now, all in the quest to get richer or to get rich in the first place. And now, what are 3 things you can do? 3 practical steps you can take to make yourself, get rich while still doing your 9 to 5 job. Number one, think more of brain as against brawn. Okay, this is the whole idea. Most of the times when we think of what next to do, we think we can duplicate ourselves. You hear people say something like, I wish we have 48 hours in a day, meaning you are still thinking of using your raw energy as against using your brain. If your 9 to 5 consumes your energy. Think more in terms of what you can do with your brain as against what you can do with your brawn. Think about writing that book that has always been in your head. Think about teaching part of what you do on a daily basis to others who want to get into that particular space. Think about volunteering online for some kind of knowledge exchange. These are things you should consider when you're thinking of doing something extra for yourself while you're still on your 9-to-5 job. Number 2, be accountable for the use of your time. I keep saying this. Most of us, or let me say many people, waste the resource of time, which is very limited. We don't really realize the fact that time is actually running by. Somebody said, how long is 10 years? 2 World Cups and 1 Nations Cup, and 10 years is gone. Now, when you are into a 9-to-5 job, of course, you know that the daytime is consumed or is occupied by what you have to do to put food on your table. What I'm saying is that if you want to get rich while still at your 9-to-5 job and you don't want to quit your 9-to-5 job, you have to be accountable for the use of your time. You have no time to actually waste. Some believe that once you are back from work by 5 o'clock, you've earned the right to play, you've earned the right to, lounge and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's good to rest, okay, because all works without play makes Jack a dull boy. That's what they say. But then, most of what we call rest is just nothing but a sheer waste of time talking about that football match that you have no business talking about in the first place, talking about that movie that you have no business watching in the first place. Be accountable. Do something. If you have spent the first 8 hours of the day working for someone, maybe spend just 2 hours of the day working for yourself. Learn what you have to learn, read a lot of books, and study patterns that work. And the last one is this: cut costs and save your way out of poverty. Somebody says there are 2 ways to get rich. You either make more or you spend less. Yes, if you are thinking of, breaking out of the rat race, you want to expand your financial frontiers, you want to get rich even while you're still working a regular 9-to-5 job, then you have to learn to spend less than you are earning. Because if you don't spend less than you are earning, there is really a little chance that you'll be able to make enough savings to be able to invest in your ideas. Don't forget that at the thinking stage, only you and probably your spouse believe in your ideas. People don't always help you start a business. They can help you scale a business. And scaling is not the same thing as starting a business. When you start somehow with your own savings and you show what you can do, you've shown capacity for being able to turn your little income or your little savings into something a bit better, then you can talk to people that, okay, I have done this with this and this and this, then help me to scale. And so learn to spend less, save more, and invest it wisely. Because even the lady I referred to, the SHERYL Sandberg, became a billionaire when the stocks of Facebook that she bought became more valuable. So she didn't just become a billionaire by the virtue of the salaries she was collecting. No, she saved, bought back into the business, and she became richer. Okay, so that is the talk this time around. Please subscribe to this channel and let us grow. I'll see you next time.